Alright, we're going to give this another go. I had some issues with my stream not going live, having some hiccups, so we're going to give this another try here. Basically, what I'm looking for is I'm going to let YouTube decide who I level up next. I'm kind of at a standstill on who I've decided who I want to bring up next. I've got it narrowed down to among 6 characters, basically. Those 6 being Nebula, Ultron, Crossbones, Quake, Nightcrawler, and Thor. The big reason for those 6 are kind of interesting reasons. Basically, it runs down to what I currently have, the setup that I have, and the catalyst that I have coming up available. So what I'm looking at on Nebula and Ultron is I really don't have a 440 tech hero right now. I have one that's 550, that's Star-Lord. Ultron and Nebula give me a little bit something different. They give me another character that's immune to both bleed and poisons, capable of healing. Nebula, I think, is more of an attacker. Ultron, I can use more of a defender. Nebula is interesting. She's new, so not a lot of people got to play with her yet to really gather a lot of outside information. She has some pretty unique abilities. Her shock ability is pretty interesting. Basically, static charging her weapon, passing it off to the opponent, and then being able to use that against them. So that's one thought of it. On the other side, you have Ultron, who's a reliable go-to. Everybody, for the most part, has him. You know what he's going to do. You know what he brings to the table. He has a consistent healing factor. It's always activated where Nebula's isn't. But he is just that. He is typical. So the side of me that says, okay, I can go Ultron. I know what I'm going to get. But there's that little side of me that says, hey, no one else is doing Nebula. No one else has Nebula really yet. So maybe I want to go that direction. It's a catch-22. I can go with the Surefire, or I can go with that little unknown and see what I can put together with her. Crossbones is an interesting choice. Currently, I have one 550 skill player or champion, and that is Black Widow. Black Widow's handy. She's kind of the do-all. She can get around a lot of things. She takes care of a lot of issues for me. But Crossbones does come in handy for some of the in-game content. But he's not a necessity, and I don't really see him playing out much further than just kind of being useful for a couple scenarios. So I really have a hard time thinking about wasting Catalyst on him when I have Black Widow already at 550. Quake is another choice. Currently I have one science hero, it's Spider-Man. Moved him up just for Alliance War defense. While he's handy for that, I don't use him for anything else really. The way he's played and my playstyle really don't go hand in hand. I just don't like playing as Spider-Man for whatever reason. So I moved him up just for Alliance War defense. We needed an extra defender that was going to actually help kind of plug some holes for our Alliance Wars, and he's done his job. With that being said, I've got a long way to go before I have another set of science catalysts to move someone up to rank 5. So I've got time to level Quake up. It's just a matter of, is she worth going to 440? Some people find her to be one of the attackers in the game. Some people say, well, that's very debatable. She's definitely interesting to play. So, hey, what's up, Tony? So, I'm very interested to see. Quake is an interesting one. I haven't played with her enough to really know how to play her well, to really put her to full use. So that's kind of a problem. I think if I was to do that, she could be very useful. But that's a big if. Nightcrawler, this is just kind of a personal thing. I like Nightcrawler. He's one of my favorite champions. Was one of my favorite comic book characters. So I'd like to see him at 440. He's also great for Alliance War defense. But at the end of the day, I have 2 mutants ahead of him, Iceman and Archangel. and those two are more than likely going to be going to rank 5 as soon as I get the catalyst for them. And then my last option, Thor. Thor I still find to be a heavy hitter, very capable of killing people very quickly, get to his L2. It's pretty well game over. Get to his L3 and you might as well count it as game over. Armor breaks. He's just still a hard-hitting character. So I have a hard time counting him out. The issue is I have Hyperion at 4 right now, waiting to go to 5, and I would probably take Hyperion in front of Thor going to rank 5. So with that being said, it's another logjam scenario similar to my mutant situation. Which is why I lean towards probably Quake, Nebula, and Ultron. Simply because I don't have a 440 in that science class. I don't have a 440 in the tech class. I don't have a 440, I don't have a 440 in the skill class set either, but to me I have Black Widow. What more do you really need? I just don't see a reason to push a 440 on that whenever I could run someone else. So, I'm asking you, who should it be? I'm curious to see what people say, what their thoughts are. In the meantime, I'm probably going to grind on the arena. I'm going to be hanging out in live chat, chatting with the people as they come in, and seeing what everybody has to say and see what we can come up with. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. My hat was making my head itch, so now I had full for a few, but that's okay. So in the meantime, I'm probably going to go ahead and grind some arena, run some quests, kill some time. Just looking to take and figure this out. Like I said, I'm very curious to see what answers I get, and as I get any answers, I'll try to talk it up in the video and definitely be responding in live chat. So please do me a favor, stop in, leave me a vote. Also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Pushing my way towards 100 subscribers so I can finally get a URL that is not all gibberish and instead something that I designed. So that would be great. So in the meantime, I'm going to grind the arena while I wait for people to show up and see what they can come up with. And I'll be doing some just regular event stuff as well. That is not a good matchup anywhere. Switch those two just for the bleed sake of it. So we got some people in here. Still waiting to hear some responses on who should go up. I guess I better bait this just to be safe. Come on. Well, I'm tired of waiting. Oh, there we go. About the time I give up would be when they throw it. one win. I can't say I'm really thrilled about even grinding this arena. I went for Mordo, got a late start on it, put up somewhere between 3 and 4 million points, only to get totally destroyed and fall short of getting Mordo. So at this point, it's just kind of like, ugh. Knowing that I'm going to have to come back and grind an insane amount of points to have a chance to even have a remote shot at getting him on the next go-around. So, tough call. Sorry about that. I had some people talking in live chat. So, as I said, my live stream is laggy, so I will always take care of the people in the live stream first. All my videos are recorded, so I will go back and upload the video recordings just to make sure that I do have a smooth video later and smooth sound. But in the meantime, anyone that's in live chat gets first priority. So I apologize about any pauses or anything like that, or any delay in game. So, person in live chat just asked who they should take and rank up. It's between Cable, Unduped Cable, and Unduped Thor. Personally, I think I like the Unduped Cable. I don't know what the rest of their roster looks like, obviously, but if I just had to choose between the two, I think currently I'd probably go with Cable. Unduped. He's just got such a wide range of uses. He's got some regeneration to him. He's got degeneration if you hit him with the heavy, along with a power gain. I mean, there's just a lot that he can bring to the table to cause enough headaches. That, to me, I think he's definitely above Thor. Thor's definitely a hard-hitting character, but Thor's really got to be duped to really see the benefits of Thor, so you can start stacking the armor break and really go to town on somebody. Outside of that, I think it's a no-brainer. You gotta go with the Cable. And again, just my opinion, I just think he brings a little more diversity to the team. You can put him in a lot of different scenarios, and he can still win fights. So, that's definitely my answer. Sorry, had to adjust my hat. So far, really no votes on who I should move up. still curious to see what somebody can come up with. Talked to my alliance mates, and kind of a split reaction. Some people are favorite of the old, some are, typical responses. No clear-cut winner, so at that point I was like, you know what? Let's just have fun. We'll go to YouTube, we'll slap this up live, we'll give it so long and see what the people have to say. Maybe I'll get somebody to come in here and give me a compelling argument on one character over the other and go with that. If not, in the meantime, we'll have fun, grind the arena, hopefully get to meet some new people, and have a little bit of enjoyment with that. So, as I was saying in live chat, please. Oh. Alright, I'm back, just simply hanging out, chatting. Nothing major really going on here. Just finished up my open vote to see who was going to level. And at this point, we're just hanging out in live chat chatting while I level Nebula up. Getting ready to take her to 440. She won the vote after much discussion. So we're going to run her up, and then let's see where we go from there. Harsh was talking about they came across an Iceman on a certain node in war, and it just absolutely destroyed him. Iceman is a beast. He's definitely useful in so many different ways, so cannot go wrong with him. Oh, wrong button here. This is going to be painfully slow, but luckily I don't have much to go. I think we all have agreed Iceman is a total beast in live chat. He just has so many different uses. Takes care of evade with his cold snap, so he can negate a lot of the Spider-Mans, the Nightcrawlers, people that are just a pain to deal with, which is super handy, especially when you're looking at wars. Alright, one more little piece of the pie here. No, you gotta be kidding me. 200 away. This should do it. And there we go. Yeah, Cold Snap is just an absolute ridiculous deal. Unless you have, uh, Agent Venom to shrug it off, there's nothing you can do. It just sticks on you and wears you out. So a high-ranking Iceman just absolutely causes so many problems. Harsh is saying Awaken Nebula.